body. Let us do a thought massage from head to toe and from toe to head, telling each part of the body to relax and heal. The head, shoulders, jaw, face, heart rate must be slower, breath must be slower. Then we are into meditative state. Let us relax our stomach and back. Relax our bottom, thighs, knees, calf muscles, feet. The entire body is relaxed and healed and will not call for further attention for next 1 hour. Let us bring our awareness on the breath. The breath must be slow, deep. That is one parameter to check whether we are in the meditative state. The mind is peaceful. One of the best ways to keep the mind busy is to focus on the breath. Let us take our awareness to our emotions. What am I feeling this moment? Any past lingering emotions I'm having right now? Let us just observe without any judgment. Let us bring awareness to our thoughts. What am I doing? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? The observer is always separate than the observed. So who is the observer of thinking, feeling, doing? Once I ask this question, the attention goes on the observer. And automatically we will find the mind becoming peaceful, because it has shifted the attention from the scenery to the seer, from the observed to the observer. When we are able to keep the attention on the observer for a long period of time, the observer of the main observer will dissolve. As J.K. Krishnamurti says, observe the observer. That is the Atma, that is Brahman, that is Isha, which we are going to study, Isavasya Upanishad. Let us invoke grace of the God and Guru and chant loudly. Om. Om.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुरेव पदं गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्।
Hari Om. Thank you, Vidya. So, we are doing Isavasya Upanishad and we are doing introduction. What is the topic we are discussing? Anyone can tell? What is the Siddhanta? What we are discussing right now? Manisha, you can unmute. And second question, if anyone has any question on the last two topics, what we took. What is the Siddhanta we are discussing? That is very important to know. One clue is that we are discussing a Siddhanta which is made up of two words. And we are discussing the second word. Now today we are going to take the first word. The Siddhanta what we are discussing is Veda Pramanam. Ved is Praman. And we have completed the second word. So we saw that knowledge is the key for success, happiness, health, relationship. For any problem, knowledge is the key. Jnana Mahima is very important. Once that is established, we saw what is the theory of knowledge. I'm going to just show one slide today. How knowledge is formed, it is very important. And what would be the valid knowledge? What will we call as a valid knowledge? So for knowledge to happen, certain things has to come in contact. That is, first is Pramata, that is knower. So you have to apply to yourself. You are the knower. Then there has to be some object to be known. Prameya. And the knowledge what will be formed will be Pramiti or Prama. And that will be right knowledge or wrong knowledge or faulty knowledge will depend only on the third aspect, fourth aspect, that is the pramana. That is what we discussed. What is the means you are employing? If the means change, our knowledge changes. One of the simple example is that I think most of you can see my hand. Now you can see only few lines on the hand. But suppose you come closer, then you might see some dust particles, some black spots, because I have not washed my hands since morning. But suppose you use a microscope, then you will find that there are some microorganisms. So the knowledge of what is simple thing on my hand will change with the means. Whether I am using eyes, whether I am using ultra microscope, or I am using telescope, or I am using a lens, the knowledge will change. So, knower, known, the object of knowledge, what we are seeking right now, we are seeking through sound. Sound is the means. And the pramana, what we are using is eyes and ears. And what will happen is the knowledge that is called as prama, that is Upanishadic knowledge. Suppose I am sleeping in between, I go into Sushupti state, then what will happen is called as ama. Ama is no knowledge will take place. That is still better. But suppose I do not understand, then the third state will happen, that is called as Brahma. So whenever we interact, whenever we transact in a day-to-day basis, either Prama happens, Brahma happens, or Ama happens. Guruji says that Brahma or Ama is still okay. I don't understand anything is a better state. But Brahma is that I understood, but that understanding may be faulty. And then we saw that various pramanas we saw last time. Pratyaksha praman, that is through senses, when it comes in contact with object, that is pratyaksha praman. But somebody has to tell what we have seen, that is Shabda praman. We are seeing this world, but Shabda praman is required that, okay, if there is a world, then there has to be a cause of the world, God. Shabda praman. Then we have to infer that what will be the nature of the God, that is Anuman Praman. Anuman means after Pratyaksha. Anuman, inference. Most of our knowledge is based on Pratyaksha and Anuman Praman. But then many people do not know till we study this Pramana Vichar, that on what basis I am deriving this inference that this is right, this is wrong, this is good, that is bad. And so many times we just declare that this person is bad, this person is good, this person I don't like. What is the inference? So now we know it is inference, praman. And an inference praman only goes when there is vyapti, when there is association seen always. Where there is smoke, there has to be a fire. Suppose that vyapti is not there, then my inference is wrong because it is not based on correct anuman. Then there is presumption that suppose I start from today at 7 o'clock from Mumbai, I will reach Pune at 10 o'clock. Now this is which praman we should now realize. When we go for travel, we should say, okay, you are using Arthapatti praman, you are using presumptive, that because tomorrow we are not taking traffic jam in between on the express highway. So it is an assumption that I will reach at 10 o'clock. Then last time I mentioned about Simran fruit. Suppose Ujjwala goes to buy that Simran fruit in Chembur because it is not available in other places. Ujjwala is attending today, so I am taking her name. So if Ujjwala goes to buy Simran fruit and she doesn't know what is a Simran fruit, then she goes to the fruit stall. But then she remembers what was discussed in the class, that Simran fruit looks like tomato. So that is which praman? Upamana praman. So she has used upamana praman. Analogy. Now those who want to try this, you have to assume that you don't know kiwi. So kiwi fruit looks like chiku. So tomorrow you can go and buy and tell that, you can tell the fruit wala, he'll say, wo fruit kaun sa hai jo chiku jaisa dikhta hai, he will give you kiwi. So that is Anuman, that is Upamana Praman, analogy. This is like this, this is like this, this is like this. Actually, other schools of thought do not discriminate so much. Vedanta discriminates. For other people, Pratyaksha Praman and all these Praman they call as Anuman Praman, because this is finally you are coming to some inference. Vedanta goes into deeper level of Praman. Then we saw Anupalabdhi Praman. So Gayatri, who is not there today, last time you told I have taken photograph of all the people who were there today. I think Gayatri herself would be absent today then. Yes, Gayatri is absent. So now we got the knowledge of Gayatri's absence. Anupalabdhi Praman. That is the most wonderful Praman to think that we can have knowledge of absence. In the deep sleep, we have knowledge of absence of waking state. So we say, okay, I slept well. I slept well means I had no knowledge. Knowledge of absence of mind and intellect. The troublemakers are who? Mind and intellect. So this deep sleep is called as Anandamay Kosha, because the troublemakers are absent there. Troublemakers are mind and intellect. So why Anandamay Kosha is called as Anandamay? Because trouble is not there in the deep sleep. There is homogeneity, oneness. Wherever there is oneness, there is harmony, peace. I slept so well, and that's the reason like we are so interested in going to sleep. Excitement is there too. I'm going to sleep now. So last time we saw all these pramanas. This we have to remember. And now Upanishad, what we are going to study, that is which praman? Shabda Praman. So today we are going to take the Siddhanta Veda Pramanam first part. Now we have only done the second part. So now we must see that how the topic is going to go ahead. First Veda Pramanam, as we took as the topic to discuss, we have discussed the second part. Today we will take the first part. What is Veda? So this is a slide I was just telling you, that theory of knowledge which is there on, if you Google it, you will get it. Pramata, Prameya, Pramana, Pramiti, or Prama, whatever you can call. The knower, knowable, process of knowing, we discussed in the last topic, Pramana. So very important point before we go ahead. All our knowledge is based on Pramana. So we must now keep using this in our day-to-day transactions. You can keep posting, like how Gayatri posted last time, that this what we are discussing, Upanishad, and what Pratima wrote and send it to us, Shabda Praman, that is Shabda Praman using. Now Pratima has used what kind of knowledge which was mentioned in the class. Now what I am telling is what I heard from Guruji, Gurudev, and they have heard from Tapan Maharaj, they have heard from Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya has done the Bhashya on the main sutra of Vedavyasa. This is very important. So if you know what Vidya chanted, Sada Shiva Samarambham, from Shivji to Adi Shankaracharya to my Guru, we are following this Guru Parampara and learning. So it is Praman. Sada Shiva Samarambham, from Shivji, then Adi Shankaracharya, and my teacher. My teacher means all of us. I am not your teacher. I am a sevak. Our teacher is Gurudev, Guruji. They are the authority. So now we'll take the first word, Veda. Veda means to know. With means to know. So what is Veda? 4 things, 4 pointers we must remember. Anybody asks what is Veda? It is a storehouse of knowledge. Second, it is valid means. Third, it is Shastra. Shasanat Trayate iti Shastra. And fourth, it is authority. So for Muslim, Quran is these 4 things. For Christian people, Bible is the Authority, Shastra, valid means storehouse of knowledge. They follow that. But our problem is that hardly few of us actually have seen what is Veda. But today what we are learning, Isavasya Upanishad is Veda only. Bhagavad Gita is Veda only. So what is Veda? Shabda Praman. Atindriya Vishaya Veda Pramanam. So what Vedas tell us, which is very important and why we should read, because it gives us Atindriya Vishaya. What is the Vishaya of the Vedas? What is the subject matter? Whatever we cannot know by the 6 means of knowledge by our senses, that is there in the Veda. This cannot be known by our 6 means of knowledge, and our 5 senses, even mind and intellect cannot know. So we have to rely on Veda. So we must read. So we must attend this. Because this knowledge is not possible. So what is the Vishaya of the Veda? Atindriya Vishaya, which is beyond the senses. Atindriya means beyond the senses, beyond mind and intellect also. And which Praman is this? Shabda Praman. What is the Vishaya Veda are having? 2 things. This is very interesting. Dharma and Brahma. So what is discussed in all Vedas, 4 Vedas, what we have such voluminous, 2 things, Dharma and Brahma. Even this we are not able to understand, because in Dharma, what has been mentioned, how to do karma. If you do this karma, there will be papa. If you do this karma, there will be punya. If you incur more papa, you will go to hell. If you do more punya karma, then you will go to heaven. Now this is Atindriya Vishaya, which is very important point or not, because who has seen the hell and heaven? I do not know hell and heaven. I do not know which karma I am doing, whether it is creating punya or papa. So now we have to depend upon Vedic injunctions. So the dharma part tells us that what kind of karma I must do, what kind of karma I should not do. Otherwise, many people say, no, I don't believe in all this. I will do whatever I want to do. Okay. Then our Shastra says, we are not telling you this is right or wrong. We say there will be consequence of each action. That you cannot negate. What will be the consequence? That is Atindriya Vishaya. I hope this point is important. So what is the purpose of this Dharma Kanda, Karma Kanda? Happiness through actions. Simple. If you do this, you will get punya, then you will get better gati, you will get prosperity, you will get better relationship, you will get sukh here and now. Suppose you want higher happiness, then you must do dana, tapa, do seva, then I will go to heaven, Pitrulok. Pitrulok, the level of happiness is huge, much more than Bhulok. We think, no, my ancestors are in Pitru. Pitrulok is much more evolved than Bhulok. Then the second topic, Vishaya of Veda, is Brahma. Happiness through knowledge. Happiness of Atma and Brahma. Now this is important to note, because we are going to study Upanishad, which is going to discuss only about Brahman and Atman. And this point is important because we will discuss, there is a Upodghat. Our Adi Shankaracharya has written before the Upanishad starts that Upodghat is preamble. And that is very important. That point we have to remember when we are studying Isavasya Upanishad, that why Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya has written that preamble before Isavasya Upanishad. So this point is important to understand why he has written that. So that pointer we will take later on. Who is the author of Vedas, which are beyond human sense and knowledge? So it is called as Vedaha Apaurushaya. There is no one person who has written this. It is divine revelation, not human composition. This is revealed knowledge, not composed knowledge. So rishis saw these mantras in the Para Vani. In meditation, the person saw this atomic benzene ring. Nobody has seen the benzene ring. Gravity, law of gravity was revealed to him. Law of gravity was there already. But Newton was working on it for 20 years, so this law of gravity was revealed to him. So all the inventions are revealed to the scientist. And that's the reason there is no author. There is no one person who is the author of chemistry, author of physics, author of biology. So author of Veda is not there because all other religions are Paurusha, started by one person. Our Sanatana Dharma is Veda or Paurusha. It is not started by one person. That is the main difference between Sanatana Dharma and other religions. What is nature of Vedas? Anadi, beginningless, Nitya, eternal knowledge. When this world was created, universe was created, the Vedas were revealed to Saptarishis, and then Shiva gave this knowledge, and then it spread throughout the universe. And it is eternal. This cannot be destroyed. So whatever people think of, destroying all this knowledge, Tukaram Maharaj wrote all these gathas, and those people that time told that you drop all those gathas in the river, and those all written material was dissolved in the river, and then it was found that the river Mata came up and gave those gathas, and those were by-hearted by people, and still it is available after 300 years. What Tukaram Maharaj Abhang, what we see, they are all written later on, and this gatha again came up. So this knowledge cannot be destroyed. What is Veda? Veda is Shastra. There are two meanings to it. Shasana, Trayate iti Shastra. That which protects us. And from do's and don'ts. So if you see Bible, Quran, commandments, so Veda also will do commandment. Do this, don't do this. But here only difference is they will give consequence. That this will be the consequence of this. This will be the consequence of this. If the outside temperature is 45 degrees, it is recommended not to go out at 12 o'clock because you might get heat stroke. That is what will be written. And the second meaning is Samsana Trayate, means it will explain. It is authority. It will protect by explaining. So now we are going to explain what is there in the Upanishad. Samsana Trayate. And once we understand it, it will protect us from a lot of sorrow, delusion, ignorance. And it is a valid means of knowledge, so it is called as authority. So we saw the 4 words. What is Veda? Storehouse of knowledge. It is valid means, Shastra, and it is authority. So now whether Veda is 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 are there. So once we cover this, we will understand why some people keep arguing about how many Vedas, what. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, Ved is one. This is one knowledge body. It is not separate. That is number 1 point. Ved Vyasji came and he saw the entire knowledge body in the Paravani, and he said, okay, this needs to be segregated now because going ahead in Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, the memory will be less. So then he segregated. This is very important to note because this Upanishad, which is found in mantra portion, in the 40th chapter, the 39 chapters are for karma. It is Adi Shankaracharya who told that this is Upanishad knowledge. This is not Karma Kanda. So what are the 4 Vedas? Rig Ved, which is basically chanting mantra. So how Ved Vyasji segregated on what is the classification? Those mantras which can be chanted will be compiled, will be called as Rug. Then those mantras which can be sung, which will be called Samaveda. Those mantras are prose, Yajurveda. Those mantras which are important mantras from Rig, Sama, Yajur are in Atharva Veda. So that is how it discriminated or compiled the mantras. So in Bhagavad Gita, we call verse. When it comes to Veda, we have to call mantra, not shloka. So Veda has 2 parts. So Veda is 1, but now we saw 4 Vedas, but it has 2 parts, which we already saw. Dharma, in Dharma portion, Karma Kanda is there, Shasana Trayate, to happiness through action, because this will protect us. This will protect us from sorrow, from making mistakes. Suppose we want happiness, then how to get those happiness? All yajnas are given, all rituals are given. Suppose I want child, then do 1 yajna. Suppose I want to go to heaven, then do 1 yajna. Suppose I want power, then do 1 yajna. All these things are there in Karma Kanda. Then Jnana Kanda is the Brahma portion, Samshanat Trayate, happiness through knowledge. That is what we are going to discuss. Veda also has 3 parts. Somebody says, no, there are 3 parts of Vedas. Karma, physical, Upasana, mental, Jnana, intellectual. No, somebody says, no, I think there is some problem. There are 4 parts of Vedas. What are the 4 parts? Mantra, Brahmana, Aranyaka, Upanishad. So no confusion. If tomorrow somebody argues with you, say we agree on all 4. So what is mantra? Mantra are hymns of God, mantras to be chanted, which is also called Samhita. Now suppose in some places you will find some books, they call Isavasya Upanishad as Mantra Upanishad, or they also called as Samhita Upanishad, because it is the only Upanishad appearing in the mantra portion, Samhita portion. Now, why this is important? When we are children, when we are in Brahmacharya ashram, the children used to chant the mantras without understanding the meaning. First, you learn and chant. And there is a lot of beauty about nature. So this portion is for the senses. All the 5 senses are purified by chanting the mantras. So purification of senses. Second, Brahmana portion, rituals are there. The same mantras, if you see, sometimes while the pujari comes to your home for doing puja, he will chant some mantra and say, okay, Achaman, do Achaman, Om Madhavaya Swaha. So that comes in the Brahmana portion, where instructions are given. Om Narayana Swaha, okay, pour the water. That comes in Brahmana portion. So the process is given. This is where the Grihasthas learn the ritual. This is for the Grihasthas for purifying the organs of actions, because these pujas, rituals are done by organs of actions. Purity of mind, chitta shuddhi happens through this. Then Aranyaka portion we have to do now. This we are not doing because we do not take Vanaprastha only in life. Because once my goal is to get married somehow, once the goal is to get married, then that becomes the goal and purpose of life. Why to go to school? So that I will go in college. Why to go to college? Then I will get some degree, some money, and then I have to get married. Iti kartavyata of life is getting married somehow. Even parents say, एक बार शादी हो जाएगा, हो गया, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. But सब ठीक नहीं होता है. Purpose ही मालूम नहीं है. Because of Vanaprastha we don't take only. If there are 100 Shatayushis our life, first 25 years Brahmacharya, next 25 years Grihastha ho gaya. Those who are 50 and above, we are into Vanaprastha now. 75 plus sannyas. But छूटता ही नहीं है संसार. इसके लिए people don't come to Upanishad, because Upanishadic student has, we will study now, Upanishadic student has given up 3 desires that we will study. And then he seeks the Guru. Ki now I have given up these 3 desires, and this point Adi Shankaracharya has mentioned in his Upodghata. Who approaches a Guru that I want to learn Upanishad is a person who has taken sannyas, not even Vanaprastha. So here purifying the mind, Upasana Kanda is given, where one has to go to Aranya, means forest. But now in Mumbai there is no forest. So what we have to do? We have to find forest in our mind. So we have to find some space for myself. I must withdraw from day-to-day duties. I must not believe that without me, my husband, my children, my grandchildren cannot do anything. No, everything goes on. No. On me, my whole household is running. My husband doesn't do anything. Without me, nothing can happen. My wife cannot do anything without me. She doesn't know bank accounts. All these things are belief. Vanaprastha means, okay, I will slowly withdraw. Mentally. Chitta ekagrata is the purpose. And then Upanishad. Now this is important that we are going to study Upanishad. Self-knowledge, Tattva, Vedanta. Last part of the Vedas is called Upanishad. And this is called as a Jnana Kanda, to purify the intellect and then transcend the mind and intellect now. So Upanishad is found in all 4 parts of the Vedas. It is found in the mantra portion, Brahmana portion. All of you, we have studied Maitri Brahmana Upanishad. Now which Upanishad it is? which portion? Aranyaka Kand, because Brihat, voluminous, in that Maitri Brahmana portion is small portion. Isavasya Upanishad is found in the mantra portion. So Upanishad can be found anywhere. Vedanta definition. Now we are all studying Vedanta, but we should know what is the definition of Vedanta. Vedanta Nama Upanishad Pramana. This is the definition of Vedanta. What am I learning? Vedanta. What is the definition of Vedanta? Vedanta Nama Upanishad Pramana. Vedanta means what we are learning Upanishad, that is called as Vedanta, the last portion of the Vedas or the culmination of knowledge. Beyond that, there is no knowledge. Transcending the knowledge. What is the purpose of this? This is a purpose of human birth, total fulfillment of life. That is the purpose of this Upanishad. What are the stages what we go through? So this is important, that though I might find after learning this that I am not qualified, because Adi Shankaracharya brings that point of qualification, but still now, okay, I must say, okay, I will at least listen. Because when we read this, we find I am not qualified for this. What are the stages? I want happiness from security, pleasure, comfort. So that is stage number 1. Then I want happiness from achievement, fame, power. That is stage number 2. Then I want happiness from contribution to the society. So I do a lot of dana. Then why I want to do that? Because I will incur punya and then I want to enjoy more in the next lokas. That is the next stage. And then the person goes further and says, I want permanent, unbroken happiness. If I desire this, then I am qualified for Upanishad knowledge. This person comes to Upanishadic knowledge, that I want to learn Upanishad. Because now I want permanent, unbroken happiness. Develops qualification like sadhana chatushtaya. And then we will come to what is Upanishad. Upanishad is literal English meaning which is near, below, sitting. Swami Advainanji gives one definition: approach, abide, ascend. 3 words are there in Upanishad. Upanishad word is made up of 3 words. Upanishad Shabdena Brahma Vidya Uchyate. What is the subject knowledge of Upanishad? Self-knowledge. How many Upanishads are there? Many Upanishads are there. 108 are known. Out of that, 10 are called as major Upanishad. Why 10 are called as major Upanishad? Because these 10 Upanishads, Ved Vyasji has analyzed in Brahma Sutra. And on these 10 Upanishad, Adi Shankaracharya and many commentators have given bhashya. So what are these 10 major Upanishad? Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Taittiriya, Aitreya, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka. So we are going to study Isha Upanishad, first one. So what is the meaning of Upanishad? This we will see and complete today. Upa means going near a teacher to learn. That's the reason I can learn from YouTube. Later on, I can learn independently. But the real teaching happens when the teacher and the taught are sitting near to each other. That's the reason the brahmachari is there, the sannyasi goes and sits. And the qualification required to learn Upanishad is Vairagya. Demands purity of the mind. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsara, this person doesn't have. Not interested in situation, object, and happiness from people. The person has experienced everything, knows that there is no happiness in the world. And I have heard that there is happiness in Atma, but I don't know about Atma, Atma Vidya, I don't know. I don't know Brahma Vidya. So I want to go and learn Upanishad from a teacher where I will learn Brahma Vidya. That how to get connected with that Brahman where it will be source of knowledge. Ni means approach with determination. Now this is very important. Otherwise some people will listen for 2-3 sessions and then give up. Form determination, that do or die attitude, no half-hearted effort in Upanishad. This is the highest level of knowledge what we are seeking. Demands. So Upam demands purity of mind. Ni demands clarity of intellect, that I want to know. If I don't know, I will ask 100 questions, but I will be clear. And Shad has two meanings, three meanings. First is Visharana, destroys ignorance. Then Avasadhana, to loosen the clutches of attachment of the sansara, and Gati, to lead to the supreme truth. So what is the overall meaning of Upanishad? Essence, to go near, sit down at the feet of the Guru, surrender, seva with determination, I want to know. Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan, then abide in that particular knowledge, that what Guru expects. And now Tattvamasi would be the last sentence he would tell. I am abiding in this knowledge, you too abide in this knowledge. You are that. So listen, Shravan, reflect, Manan, meditate, Nididhyasam, destroy the self-ignorance, demands transcending of the mind. So we saw what is the demand of Upanishad, because it is the highest knowledge, purity of mind, clarity of intellect, and the daring, courage to transcend and go beyond the known. What is the result of Upanishad? Liberation from all bondages, sorrow, limitation, fear, ignorance, delusion, reach your real home. So Gurudev says, Hari Om. I must be in hurry to go to my home. Not okay, I will go after 2 birds. No, I am not yet capable. No, I must be in hurry. So that's the reason another meaning of Hari Om, what Gurudev gives as Hari Om means I am eager now to go to my real home. This we will take it next time. And what are the different views in 5 minutes? I'm just going to mention what are the different schools of thoughts and what we are learning among all schools of thoughts. It is very important to know that how rich is our knowledge and how each school of thought brings about a uniqueness and what pramanas they use. And in our own dharma here, there are two schools of thought do not have concept of God as we are learning. Nyaya Vaisheshika do not talk about God at all, because they are Tarkikas, they are logical people. So we'll just mention that, and then we will see Anubandha Chatushtaya of Upanishad in 5 minutes, and hopefully we will start the first mantra next time, hopefully. So now what I'm going to chant in the last. Next time Vidya will chant first, because that is a Shanti part of Isavasya Upanishad. For today we are going to chant in the last, but from next time we will chant first Om Purnamada, and that meaning we are going to take after 18 mantras, because after 18 mantras we will come to know what does Purnamada Purnamidam means. So we are going to analyze, because the entire Upanishad is based on the Shanti part. So very, very interesting, very fascinating Upanishad, because it just goes with Brahma Vidya and suddenly comes down to tell us that if you are not qualified enough, then you do this. So actions also are mentioned. That is the uniqueness of Isavasya Upanishad. In all other Upanishad, action is not mentioned. You listen, do manan, reflect, ask questions. That's all. Don't ask that what I'm going to do for dinner tomorrow, how to transact with the world, how to behave with people. These are all not topics of Upanishad. Only Brahman, consciousness, and how to reach there and how to get permanent, unbroken happiness. That is a Vishaya. Moksha is a Vishaya of Upanishad. So that we will see Anubandha Chatushtaya, 4 words, and then we will start the Upanishad next time, hopefully. Any questions?